going on?
You gotta do that intro. That was cool.
Yeah, right. You know
that was cool.
I got a lot more where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you actually drop some money onto StreamYards. Bowie, what's up, buddy? How are you? Speaking of the devil. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Coaster Nick. Finally.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
So, what's up, Nick?
So, on my side, am I allowed to see who's commenting too, or no?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You can. Dennis, what's going on?
Buddy? There we go. Click on the comments there.
Ball. Yeah, you click comments and you can go there.
Let's look. Yeah, Bowie. What's going on? Yep. Oh, Dennis Ball guy. He's here. How you doing?
Nick is so excited to be with you.
I can't wait. I'm gonna come up with some jokes to get you back on your show too. I'll ask you some jokes.
Heck yeah.
We should one day do you and do 10 jokes and see how much you laugh if you do. No. We're gonna come up with tennis ball jokes. There you go.
There's things in the works with Dennis. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. We got to expose him to other channels, to grow, right?
Tony, I did, and that was a crazy ride, buddy. That I watched the Zandra.
Oh yeah. You watched it?
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's how our glass should have been. But 606 cheap.
You think so?
Well, they didn't have much land, and yeah, there you go. I mean,
see, I'm telling you, so much happening. So many ideas flowing.
He should. He's already at 229 or something like that subscribers. Last time we were doing 190.
He's growing.
It's going. Growing. Keep getting people on your channel doing that show. Yeah.
Yep. So, Coaster Nick, look, let me tell you guys something. I've been watching this man right here since well before I even thought about becoming a YouTuber. That's how long I've actually known you, Nick, but not communicating with you. So
I was at my job today, and they don't know what I do.
Really?
And then some girl was like, I was telling about what's going on in the Coast community, with that YouTuber, and I was like, oh yeah, I watched their channel too, and I was like, do you ever watch Coast Studios? Like, yeah. I was gonna pull up my thing, and I was like, do you watch this? And it's Coaster Nick's like, oh yeah, I watch them too. I'm like, that's me. They don't know that.
See, this is what I'm telling Nick. Nick doesn't believe me here, but I'm
a YouTuber, everybody. I do.
Nick is known. That's the thing. You are known, Nick. You don't want to admit it, but people know who you are. Not by
in my opinion, until you get to 100,000 subscribers. To me, that's the big time. Because you also get a plaque and all that stuff. That's a good achievement to get, but
right.
I don't know. That's tough to do.
To be known and big, you don't need that plaque right away. You got to start somewhere before you get it. Like look at the Disney YouTubers, right? Look, are you familiar with Mickey Views?
No, I don't watch
anything. Here from Atlanta, he busted himself and really got where he is. He just moved down to Orlando, and he started his YouTube channel by unboxing monorail sets.
Right.
Okay. Nobody was watching it, and then he started doing this whole news thing and everything, and then gaining more momentum, and now he's got his plaque, and he's 21. So it just shows what it is.
Hey, John, what's going on?
Danny turned your channel. Yeah, I turned Phantasmic Chronicles, Tony, the guy, onto you also. I keep telling people.
Oh, he's on there too. Oh yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, Phantasmic Chronicles is on here too.
Yeah. So really, anybody I come across, I'm like, hey, have you seen Coaster Nick? They're like, either I've seen him, I like what he does, it's great, or they're like, if they say no, I'm like,
it kind of helps when somebody's looking for that certain video of his max force and your video pops up. That helps more, but
yeah. But Like
but
what?
it always pops up, and you go type in export. Oh, there's Coaster Force. Oh, there's TPR. Oh,
Right.
And
And it's funny, like I go back and I like actually see where you like your first videos, and it was nothing like with a roller coaster. Really, it was all like new like what was it? Was it a baseball one or something? Right.
It was a commercial for Brian Wilson for Taco Bell with the
Right.
Okay.
Right. So,
okay, but I did tell you that I started uploading in 2011, and then started 2012. I accidentally deleted like whatever videos I had. It was probably 30 or 20 or 30 of them, and I accidentally deleted all of them because I stupidly hit the delete one button, and I clicked the other one and deleted all of them. And I wasn't paying attention, and I was like, "Yeah, delete that video," and so they're all gone. I was like, "Oh, upload again. Here we go again."
You really saw both ends of YouTube, where it was like YouTube was easy and now YouTube's hard,
Yeah. I mean, I learned that quickly that YouTube has those copyright crap that.
Yeah.
Because I remember I started doing a couple of coaster videos, and then I did a video of Cal Ripken getting ejected when he played the White Sox, and that got copyrighted, and I got a strike for that back in the day for like 3 months, and then it went away. But I was like, what?
Yeah.
Didn't understand that at all, copyright. And then I remember people were putting music in their videos, and they were getting copyright hit, and everybody was like making a big deal about it at one point. And they're like, F YouTube,
Yeah.
You're all greedy bastards. And I'm like,
yeah. But I get it. I get it. I mean, if you're making music, you want your stuff to be protected. I get it.
Yeah, because somebody could just put the whole darn song on there, and somebody can just grab the audio file.
How many people were making like roller coaster videos and putting it to like Metallica? I mean, it was a lot of things like that.
I don't even know if I like that stuff anymore when people do that. It's kind of like, yeah.
I rather see like honestly, like I like what you're doing now and how you're throwing more out there instead of just a ride, like
you gotta come up with a variety of stuff. I'm not gonna do stuff like Coaster Studios will do. Oh, let's do a countdown of their dispatches. I mean, yeah, that's a good idea, but then if I was to come up, which there was somebody that did try that, and people were ripping them up, saying, "Oh, you're copying Coaster Studios." They did the same technique with exact technique with the clicker going down and then the boom, boom, boom. And I'm like,
here's my question to that is like, let's just say like somebody comes in and films something the same way you filmed it. Like, would you get mad at that though? Like, I mean, to me, I'd be like, hey, cool. That means you watch what I do.
As long as they're not stealing your videos off YouTube without your permission, that's another thing.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, I had one of those already too.
But now I gave people permission to use it. They asked me, and I'll say, yeah, go ahead. Just give me credit. You're fine.
That's what I say too. Is just give me credit. That's all.
But then when I see video that I think might have been stolen, or I can't remember if I gave them permission or not, I'm like, I don't remember. So
that's like Tony's saying is, people who can't bring originality isn't getting my attention. I mean, I get it, but look, there's you understand what I'm going to say is there's techniques that you can use in a theme park, camera angles and shots and stuff like that are like, oh, that's awesome, that's dramatic, I'm going to use that,
right?
Things that kind of stuff isn't copyrighted, like you don't have the rights to that 45-degree angle that I'm going to shoot this at. If you
haven't noticed, I've been trying to do first reaction videos now. So So that Goliath you saw with my daughter, that was the first time we rode Goliath. The POV you saw on YouTube, that was my second ride. Because I can't help myself with the first ride. You're just gonna go yay and screaming and all that stuff,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
And you just did the monster one too.
Yeah,
that was great.
Oh, that ride was awesome. Great.
Yeah,
I had a Facebook friend, the guy that runs Thrill Max. You ever heard that? Okay, yeah. He went there and rode Monster. I was like, what was your reaction? I knew it was gonna be like, oh, this is the best Gerstlauer ever rode. I was like, yes. I mean, dude, That first drop just whips you over. Just doesn't slow down. Like some of them go down a little bit and then they let you go, and like this thing just goes over and then, whoo,
yeah,
fast.
but I mean, you've been to a lot of places though. That's all I know, man. You've been to a lot of places.
Before 2000, oh God, before 2006, 17, 18. I've only been to St. Louis and our park. That was it.
But so, I mean, you made it work. You found ways to cover other things.
I don't know if I could have took that long drive. I don't think I could drive that far. Shoot, boring. You know, you go in Illinois, you get outside my city areas, it's all grass, cornfield, and farmland. Yeah. That's all you see for 3 hours to get out of Illinois. That'll make you fall asleep.
I've been through there. I've been through there. I know.
But once you get there and you go, I think what made me want to go to other parts when I got to St. Louis, it was kind of like when you got there, it was like being in a new park. You got like your park got a bunch of new rides.
Right.
And it was great. So I was like, okay. And I wanted after that, but I couldn't do it financially to go to these other parks.
So like how far, like what was the furthest that you've been to the park, to a park?
Georgia.
That's it.
12 hours, dude. 700 miles.
So nothing like Great Adventures or anything?
Not yet. Want to, but I need to have like.
So you just basically did the middle strip.
Georgia was always on our to-do list that year, so and we were planning to going back to Fright Fest that year. I don't know what happened. I don't know why we didn't.
Well, I don't know. You know I'm here, so you got a good reason.
We thought about it, but then we're like, we couldn't do it for some reason. I don't know what it was. So,
like I said, you know I'm here, so you got a good reason now.
Yeah, because we went to St. Louis Fright Fest. We liked that. We're like, oh, how's Georgia's like, you know? So.
Yeah. So your kids and stuff, I see you getting them involved a lot more now. Is that they're doing, or is that you're doing?
If they like to, Nadia likes to get involved. But she's very she's the emotional type that'll scream and say silly stuff on rides.
But that's great.
Like I did the POV of Boomerang at St. Louis, and she's meow meow meow. If you hear it,
I heard it.
Hey, meow meow meow. I'm like, I'm not saying who it is. I'm like, that's my daughter just being silly. She's liking the ride. She's like,
I had to go back a couple times and I was like, wait, what? I was like, somebody's meowing on the ride. I was like, that is great. I love it.
It's Nadia, the same one on Goliath was like, somebody help me. She was actually kind of nervous on it. I don't understand it. I was like, you road raging boom many times. Like, what the heck?
I mean, you know, you got a daughter who sits on the antique cars, and it's like, hey, we're here.
Took her on oh God, what was it? I think it was Boss. It was the second or third ride of the. And then she yelled out Pikachu before we drove. I'm like, what? Why did you say that? I'm like, whatever. Whatever.
Oh gosh, that's great.
People will never know, you know, who it is, but I just get people to type in Pikachu.
You should put cat graphics up before she meows. That would be funny.
Have you ridden? Oh, wait. Favorite coaster
you've ever ridden? An old wooden coaster. Yeah.
I'm still saying Steel Vengeance, but I only rode it once. That's a crazy ride.
You know, well, you've been to Georgia, so you've been on Scream Machine.
Yeah, one time. I rode it one time. It was okay.
I mean, it's an old wooden coaster.
Boss is rougher than that ride, but I don't know. Like wooden coasters, older wooden coasters. I know it's going to be bumpy. It's going to be like that. I mean, American Eagle's bumpy at times, but you know.
Yeah.
That's Yeah. But they supposedly fixed it. I don't know if you got to ride it.
I'm telling you, right? You want a good wooden roller coaster? Go to Pennsylvania and ride the Comet at Hershey Park.
That's an old ride, I think, right?
Yep. It's one of their original rides at that park. It is amazing.
What's the
worst wooden roller coaster I've been on? Coney Island Cyclone.
What's worst wooden coaster?
Coney Island Cyclone.
To me, the worst wooden coaster is probably the most Boris coaster. Oh God.
I mean, but you haven't been to New York, to Coney Island, to be on the Cyclone. Like each year, there's a turn, okay, that when you come in, like you come up a bunny hill, and it comes into a turn. Each year they have to put safety track, like steel, over the track, so the car doesn't come bouncing off the track as it's making the turn. It's crazy.
Maybe they should tighten the upstop wheels or something. What the heck?
The problem with it is the coaster is so. I mean, come on, it's the Coney Island Cyclone.
The Coney Island?
Old. Yeah.
Cyclone, right?
Coney Island Cyclone. It's one of the original wooden roller coasters.
Worst wooden coaster? I don't know. I would say Tornado Adventureland. That was kind of bumpy, but it was like kind of boring. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
don't get me wrong. Adventureland is getting fine. They're invested in good coasters now. I mean, not the biggest, but they're getting a 40 spin next year. So like they have some rides that are like really old. So I mean, your CoasterNick, do you keep that coaster count going or no? Hell no.
Right? Isn't it ridiculous? It's a newer thing, isn't it? Like
no, it's been around for years.
Newer generation of riders are doing this now.
Yeah, they're taking a coaster counts, how many different coasters, their coaster credits.
Yeah.
And then there's people at our park that takes how many rides, whether it's a flat ride or a coaster, how many rides they get a year, and they try to beat it next year. I'm like, who cares?
That's what I said. It's like, did you have fun at the park? Yeah. Well, doesn't that all that matters? You know, that's all that matters.
I tried doing it one year. I lost count. I lost count.
I lost count in a day.
I think so many re-rides and going around is like I just forget. How many rides did I ride? That ride 6, 7? I don't know.
Tony said Blue Streak kind of freaked him out this year.
Blue Streak? Is that the one at Cedar Point, right?
Yeah. His home park is Cedar Point.
That ride is okay. The only ride I didn't get to ride, I think, at that park was Whistler. 1969, yeah.
Yeah.
When it first opened up in 1969, probably back then. You know.
Yeah.
It was probably one of the biggest rides out there. You know.
Exactly.
I remember when Shockwave was the tallest coaster in the world, and that kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah.
It was tall. And it was only 170 some feet, probably.
Realistically, I think there's some better coasters hidden at some of these smaller parks, like Knoebels and things like that.
Adventureland.
You know, than actual big name theme parks. So.
And I would never knew about Adventureland if I wasn't like watching people's channel. Like Coaster Studios was there, and then all of a sudden it's like there's a guy that I'm Facebook friends that's from Iowa,
right?
And then he came out with that. They had that deal. They still got that deal going on to the end of the season. With if you have your season passes from Cedar Point or Six Flags, you'll get in free because they want you to check out their park.
That's great.
Shoot.
That's like what about what do you have? You want to ever get out to what is it, Holidayland or something? Holiday Park or Holidayland or whatever it is? Holiday World, yeah.
I went out there in 2017. I was there.
How was that?
Great.
That's what I'm saying. You know?
They only got 3 wooden coasters and 1 steel one. They got a wing coaster that I don't know if that's overly hype. It's fun. I mean, but it's fun. It's probably the best wing coasters out there.
So during that time, did they have the free sodas and free suntan everywhere?
Still did, yeah.
Yep.
Free Pepsi kiosk and suntan, yeah.
Yep.
They still got it there, I think. Yeah.
That is the smartest idea for a theme park is
I went there with
suntan. Lotion.
I went there I went with Junior, and we went there. That was a spur of the moment thing. I was like, I looked at their website and they were like, they had that pick your ticket, pick your price thing, and then like it was the first or second weekend they were open. Their tickets were like $29.99. I was like, shoot, and free parking too. So I'm like, shoot, we should just go. Check it out.
It was a great ride, but it didn't feel so secure. I don't want to talk about not feeling secure. I really don't want to do that.
I rode many times where I was insecure. And I'm overreacting still. I rode.
It's not like Batman.
What rides made me insecure? Superman made me insecure a little bit at first when I first started riding that ride. Because that whole harness is in one damn freaking setup.
Yeah.
If that opens up, you're gone. Deja vu, the giant inverted boomerang, you're leaning up on that harness going backwards. Yeah. That opens up, you're gone.
Well, that was there was one at Dorney Park when I went into Dorney Park that made me feel like, why am I on this? And it was a double looper, old school double looper that had a lap bar that came down, and it really should have been a mine train on this ride, and that was about it. No shoulder harness or nothing.
You'll never catch me on Arena Fire Carnival looping ride, those old school ones that has the puffy lap bar. If you, my son was in there screaming his head off in one of the videos because it's like, oh, you got that puffy lap bar and you got this padding above you, so you're always rising up. Every time it went upside down, you're rising up your seat. And there's teenagers who like putting their hands up in there, and I'm like, I'm not riding that ride. I think I rode it one time when I was young. I was like, get that.
Yeah.
Because when if they unlatch it and open up from the top, your harness comes up too. So
exactly.
I would never do that. No.
Like you said, it's a fair ride. That says enough, you know.
And I retired from riding that zipper in 2015. I rode it with my son for the first time, and that's been the first time in like 13 years I rode it. I was like, no, I can't do it no more. I used to love it.
You're on your own.
You're on your own next time. No, when I got my glasses and I had to do a POV, I put him on it. Of course, he's, yeah. It was okay. I mean, you see the cage flipping him. It's like, whatever.
Yeah. So what I know the answer, but what really took your channel and made you boom? Like what really made you like grow from that one video?
I think when Goliath came out and I was videotaping that.
Yeah.
X-Flight started it a little bit because nobody was covering X-Flight when it was getting constructed. I don't think nobody was vlogging at the time like they are now.
You know what? Honestly, I'm glad you said that, because really, like, you're the one that I feel like you're one of the original like theme park vloggers, really.
So, I guess. I mean, I think
really,
we were starting.
Come on, Nick. Really, like, you've been around that long, where it's like you noticed that there was nothing out there like that, and you just took it and ran with it. And
YouTube, no, nobody was really vlogging at the park. Everybody was doing photo trip reports on forums and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They'll do the park, and then they'll take a bunch of pictures with their camera, and then they type it up, and then it's like,
right,
dude, why don't you just do a video trip report? But I didn't think I don't know if that was a good idea or not. But then everybody started doing it, and I guess they call it vlogging at the time. So I'm like, oh, okay. So when they started testing X-Flight, nobody was taking any videos of it. Six Flags had their first test run, and then somebody who was watching the webcam he told me when they were actually testing during the day. So I drove up there and they were testing, and I went. They have a entrance on Washington, like on Washington Street, and I just walk right by there's a bunch of trees, and I just walk right back there on a hill, put my tripod up there with the camera, had my other camera, following the coaster where the other one was doing little areas, and then I stood there for like an hour and a half, just filming. And when I finally got done, and I was walking back to my car, and a security car was coming down that way. And I got out just in time. I was like, because I technically was on property, sort of. But it was on the grass area, like behind the trees. That was right on against the sidewalks. But I'm like, I put that up there, and everybody was like, oh, you have better video than they did, because their video was like grainy and ugh.
That's what I'm saying. Like, your videos, like, when you put something out, like, you put it out in good quality, like, and you always have. I had to learn how to edit on my, play with it, because we all did.
When you watch the X-Flight Media Day, there's certain parts of the end where it's the video is chippy and not good.
So how are you actually? because you started in the days of the old, like, hi-fis and all of that,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the dinosaurs coming out, guys.
Camera. This is it. Was it a high A camera?
High A, hi-fi, whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, this big old thing.
Yep.
That was the first one.
Yep. Like how would you get that up?
Go watch a Superman. How would I what?
How would you edit that? Like, you got special stuff to put it onto the computer?
Yeah. Let me see what I have. I don't even use it that much. Where is it?
I mean, we're in a digital age, so no, of course you're not.
I have it. I don't think I have it down there. But it was a hot pitch thing. You can like hook up your camcorder, like the AV cables. They were like yellow and white, and you hook it up to that thing, and then you hook it up to your computer, and then the hot pitch had this little. You download the software, and then you can capture it. It'll play it.
Right.
So that's how I was able to get stuff from TV. You just hook up. It can do HD, high definition stuff on high definition TV. So, like those commercials, I can grab it from my TV, my DVR, and just boop, hook it up there. But I haven't used that in years. So,
yeah, I don't blame you.
I can still, I still have vintage videos from 2004 or 5 that I was gonna upload when our park had Wiggles World.
Yeah.
And they don't have it anymore. It's called Kidzopolis. Do you use a GoPro now? No. I have GoPros. I use it for like sunsets and other stuff, but I don't.
I can put that up because
camera in there.
You're like me, and you're almost like anti-GoPro, almost like me.
No, I like GoPros. Shoot.
GoPro is great quality, but
all these parts are like, if it's a GoPro, it's a no-go. Seriously.
Right. And now that's the issue.
If you got a GoPro, you're gonna use it on the ride, which you can, but it's small. But I seen people with GoPros. I don't know if Six Flags allow them, because I seen people with them.
They do
it on their chest, walking around vlogging inside the park, which is okay.
They allow them. You just can't have any mounts or anything for them.
No.
You can do it. You can do it in hand. Like, yeah, Grant, this is not a GoPro. This is my action camera.
You might get away with a chest thing, chest mount, but
realistically, nowadays,
I think people with wrist straps, but I don't know.
I can get this camera. It's a lot cheaper than a GoPro, and it does more than for me because I can actually set my shot up now by the screen and everything, and so
that's basically one of the cameras I use for vlogging. That's one of them, and I have the camcorder too. If I can find it, that's just like Danny's. It looks like Danny's. This is a Sony one. I use that for longer zoom because this camera is like, this camera was made to compete with iPhones and cell phones. So the zoom is not that, you can't zoom in that far.
Here's what I've noticed too is, you can use a camera for YouTube, like an actual like photo camera, but why would you do that when you can go out and get a camcorder where it's designed to take video? Mm-hmm. Yes, these do take still photos, but they're not the greatest. It's basically the reverse. It's the reverse of the camera, where the video options, there's more options on here for video than there is for photo, and then vice versa, where I can take this this right? And
that's a dinosaur? Then what do you call this, dude?
Well, that's like
caveman days, man. What the hell?
One of the world wonders right there. I mean, but you could take this thing, this rock, and take good photos, but the video is questionable, you know?
If your camera can do 1080p at 60 frames per second, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, but the problem with this is the mic and audio pickup was horrible.
Nikon's probably made for you to have the to put on a microphone, maybe. I don't know.
No, this one there's no attachment for it. This one has the attachment. My camcorder has the attachment for a mic.
Yeah, right here. Like right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
It's right in there. I got it here, you know. But realistically, if you see the front, there's 2 mics right there. So I don't need a mic. My last video that I just put out, I used that camera, my camcorder, and you should have heard how loud the park was. And I really was like, okay, is this really going to pick me up? And yeah, it sure as heck did. And I'm excited to see what this thing's going to do during HoloFest for low light situations.
Your Nikon?
Huh?
Your Nikon or your camcorder?
No, the Canon.
I think those are not the greatest at dark, low light.
It's better than the Nikon. It's better than the Nikon.
So when I go low light, I go with this one because it brightens up the area. If it's dark, it makes it look like there's light around it for some reason. When there's no light on it.
Sony's good for that.
Yes, they're good at taking pictures too. Problem is that the only thing I don't like is that the autofocus. You kind of have to zoom in and focus yourself, which is okay. I learned how to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I learned how to do that.
Too is this camera I can actually attach lenses to. But
then there's times where I do use the GoPro sometimes. I mean not the GoPro, the iPhone if I have to. Yeah.
But like my camcorder, I can actually attach lenses to that.
Yeah. And no kidding, the iPhone, this is the 11 Max Pro. This is really good camera.
I'm an Android person, so
60 frames per second in 4K. Oh, I don't know. My camera doesn't even do 30 frames in 4K. So
how do we get POVs without the park taking it away? The world will never know. The world will never know on how I do it. That's all I'm saying.
There's many ways you can do it.
But
should we show them some of the tricks that we've seen people do?
Oh man! But
use the glasses.
Giving the tricks away like that, I just want to say is, as a Six Flags, I guess I can say representative because that's kind of what.
You can't say nothing. There you go.
You know, as a representative, I'm going to sit here and go because I'm on the media list for Six Flags. And I'm going to go whatever Six Flags I'm in. I'm going to abide by their rules because
the guards.
The problem is they're 16 and they don't know any different.
They're 16-year-olds. They think they know the law.
Yeah.
So they look at the camera like I did at Six Flags of Georgia, which they don't know about this. When I went to Georgia, they thought my camcorder was a professional camera. A professional camera. What's a professional camera to you guys? Is that these? Is it the GoPro? Or is it those big old newscasts, big old cameras you got to put on your shoulder and hold it like this?
I'm not going to lie. This camera, they sell this in 4K, but what it comes with 4K, it comes with a whole a rig. Like I can get an actual rig for this, like a stabilization rig and a light and everything else to put on it. So, but you didn't have all that. So I don't get it.
So the guy, he was a young kid, and he gave me crap for it. He wouldn't let me in the park with it. So you know me, I'm like, I try to argue with them. It's kind of like, this is not a professional camera, and I'm like, then you need to tell everybody to take their cell phones out of their pocket and put it in the car because that's just as professional as anything.
Yep.
And his answer response was, you leave or I want to eject you from the park. When this is at the front gate for metal detectors. So I was like, oh, forget this. I walked down. There's a crowd of people. I walked down for about a couple minutes and then walk back and walk into another gate and they let me in. No problem. I didn't have a problem the day before. It's like, and there's a video I did because I lost a lot of my footages in Georgia's, but there was the clip. I have a clip where I did like call them out on it and I flicked them off.
Coaster, why are GoPro so expensive? Number one, it's a name brand. Number two, they're built well.
Very well.
Yeah, they're impact resistant and waterproof, and so
they're waterproof. They can do They can. I mean, if you use it the way you're supposed to be intended to use to like lock onto something for point of view is really what it is. When you're skiing or skydiving or
it was
yeah, that's really what it's intended for. It's not intended for
the action camera. Like they reinvented the action cam and ran with it.
I still have. Holy crap! Let me see. I still got my. Oh, where is it at?
I mean, there are knockoff GoPros out there that are a lot cheaper that work okay too.
This is my first one I ever got. This is the Hero 2.
Wow.
That was my first one. And I bought that. Oh, God. That's like 2016 or something like that. 18 or 19? Shoot.
Bowie's totally telling dad jokes over here.
Wait, is he telling dad jokes?
Good dad jokes. Good job, Bowie. What is he saying?
What do you say?
I don't know.
With chocolate, cocoa milk.
He said, I use my blue wrench like Bob the Builder.
It's amazing how people do it. I love watching those fools try to take their camera out. I've seen it so many times. I don't mind if somebody has a GoPro attached to them. Once they pop the phone out and they're taking selfies, live feeds, or whatever, it's like, oh, man. Especially on Goliath in my park, I'm like, dude, you lose that camera. We're going really fast and whippy. I'm going to beat you up if that camera hits me in the face.
Well, here's my thing, man. It's like, first of all, like, if you don't have the proper equipment to do it, don't do it. Just, I'm sorry, guys. Just don't do it.
I popped my phone out one time, American Eagle, just for shits and giggles. And it was during, like, Fall Fest a couple years ago before they did, and there was nobody at the park. And there was some girl that was live feeding on there. I'm like, oh, I'll try to do it on my channel one time. And it's on there. And I was like, dude, this camera's too damn skinny. I can't risk it. No way.
You can't. It's not worth it. That's like, I've seen people on a roller coaster with a gimbal.
That Max Force POV, yeah. That actually should have been a reaction more. I should have put that as a reaction because that was my first ride on it. That blew me away. I knew it was going to be intense. But I didn't think it was going to be that intense. My God. Your best to be on that ride is just a relax, put your back, and just let your body just relax because it's going to get flung. It's going to be intense.
Yeah, so like Tony's saying, like Phantasmic Chronicles was saying, he told me this earlier too, is at Cedar Point. They literally they stop you. Like they're like, no, nothing. Like empty your pockets.
Somebody once told me that they can tell if you have a GoPro out. And somebody was at Cedar Point and Maverick got stopped because somebody had a GoPro. I'm like, they do not have sensors that can tell if there's a GoPro out.
You know what they probably do have though is they probably do have cameras on the lift hill.
Probably.
You know what I mean? So I guarantee that they do have cameras on the lift hill to monitor, things like that.
If you do go to Cedar Point and you're trying to get a camera POV on Maverick, have straps, or they're going to tell you to take it off because when you get on Maverick, that you got to have a head strap or you can't wear sunglasses on the ride.
Yeah. I mean, it's to the point now that employees in theme parks are trained to know what different cameras look like now.
And I did not think that I was going to get away with it on Steel Vengeance because that was a new ride.
Yeah, Tony said that they have cameras on 3 points on every lift hill.
Yep, I wouldn't be surprised. You don't want Tony Clark. You don't have to deal with Tony Clark. He'll ban your butt. So he banned one of these YouTubers because he banned their season pass because he got a invite or got to appear at First Riders for Steel Vengeance, and he did a POV. Did 2 POVs, posted on YouTube. And Tony Clark spent his knew who he was and spent his Cedar Point. And he went the next day to opening day and had to buy a ticket because what's he gonna do?
And that's what I'm afraid of with Six Flags. Like, look, I play by their rules. I will play by their rules. You know who I am, and at this point, you know me too well. I'm playing by your rules. I'm sorry. Like, do I want to get a POV?
Say good night, Bowie.
Yeah, boy. Like,
All right.
do I want to get a POV every once in a while? Yeah, I will. I do. I want to. But am I going to? Nope.
I used to go crazy when I first started doing that. I used to bring it to the park all the time and do as many, because you never know what's going to happen on the on not just the POV, but what happens on the rides. I mean, I've seen stupid things happen that
I've had the
I
only
have a POV of Goliath that supposedly some guy injured his knee, and you've been on Wicked Cyclones, the same harness, same kind of setup train, and like, can you bang your knee on that ride and you can't move your damn legs?
No, you can't.
He banged his knee. It was in pain. He had to be helped out. Oh my goodness. He had to be helped out. And I just stopped the camera just when I was getting up. I kept it rolling.
Yeah.
Because he had to get helped out getting out. The EMTs had to come and help him out.
Wow.
Everybody was like, you better not be faking this. Oh my God. He kept saying it banged his knee. I'm like, I wrote it over and over a few times during that year. I was like, I don't see your knee on that ride.
I'm also at the point where, like, yeah, I like watching POVs, but I'm also at the point of it kind of takes away the magic of being on that ride for the first time, because now it's like,
it doesn't do any justice just watching it. You got to be on it. Sorry.
Right. It's two different things. It's like, but it's like there's some people out there that are dedicated just to watching these POVs over and over again. And
they don't like roller coasters either, but they like watching it.
Oh yeah.
They know they can't handle the G-force, the intensity of it.
And I know you and I both, I get a lot of people who comment on my POV videos. Thank you for putting this up. I would never get on this ride, but I will watch it on your channel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
All the comments I got at Max Force was, what a waste of ride. 16 seconds, 24 seconds, what a waste.
Tony said somebody got hit with a cell phone coming out of a train on Steel Vengeance. Everything goes in a locker.
And that's probably why somebody got hit. Yeah, somebody got hit with a stupid cell phone. So now you have to put everything. There's somebody sitting right there at the entrance, and you can't have nothing in your pockets.
But don't they make you pay for those lockers too?
Yeah, you got to pay for them. They're not free.
See, look,
so not only are you riding Steel Vengeance, but they're making a profit off of you for riding the ride.
So Universal requires you to put stuff in lockers before going on rides, okay? Each ride has their own set of lockers at Universal, but they're free. But they're free.
Not at Cedar Point.
I know.
Not at St. Louis either.
Six Flags Over Georgia the same way. You got to pay for them. Yeah.
And they don't have the bins on there because it'll speed up the ride. It does not. Trust me. No, it does not. It does not speed up the ride.
Does your Six Flags allow you to have a fanny pack on though?
Sometimes. Depends who's the stupid attendant making the rules.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I have a YouTuber that Jiggity does, and he's had times where he was told that Viper, you can't wear a fanny pack, and then he's like, what? Yeah, like that. Can't wear it. But then he can go back probably 2 hours later and be able to ride it with a different operator. Like, where do you get the rules? It seems like Six Flags does that quite often. They like to make up the rules as they go day by day. I mean, we could talk about the Goliath single liner ride when it opened up. That was
it's $2 for one use or $8 all day.
At Cedar Point?
Yeah.
When I was there, the only time I actually used it was Steel Vengeance, and I did use it for Top Thrill Dragster because I saw people sitting on the entrance. I thought they were going to allow you to use it. They're allowed to have anything in your pocket because that ride is fast. But no, I could have, but I paid anyways. It was $1 or $2 would be due, Yeah. $2 is not going to break my bank, but some people don't like that $2. Huh?
I don't like that. Like, if you want me to use it, it should be included with my park admission.
Of course, then you can't have anything in your pockets, keys, nothing. Even if you have button-up pockets or zip pockets, they don't care. But honestly, it's like if I go on Steel Vengeance or Wicked Cyclone, if I have a bunch of stuff in my pockets, I can't get the hardest down anyways. It'll crush my stuff. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that's also more like other than outside Six Flags. I think they're trying to preserve their own POVs to the park putting them out and not other people putting them out. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. They can say, "Oh yeah, this is you're
If
somebody
you look, if you
right.
look,
They won't come out to the park." I was like, I never heard anybody that says they won't come out to the park because they saw a POV. Never heard that.
yeah.
Then they need to do something with Coaster Force. They need to do something with theme park review.
Yep.
You telling me you allow them to do it and not us? Don't make sense. They don't even work for you guys.
Nope.
They don't work for Six Flags.
They're not on any media list or anything. They do their own thing.
I seen Coaster Force at Media Day. Yes.
Okay.
I did see Jerry Hawkins out there. Yeah, I did see him. Actually, if you look at Goliath Media Day, it might have been Lost, whatever it's called, Lost Photos or additional videos. Yeah, near the end, you'll see Coaster Force. He's there at all the media days on everywhere. So, but he's cool. He's a cool guy. He's cool. Met him.
Well, that's a lot of the channels out there. They are cool, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of them will stop and say hi to you, and you know, in their own weird way.
Oh, I've seen. I don't know if you heard. They're local coaster YouTube in our area. So have you ever heard of CoasterNet? Coaster.net or CoasterNet? Net?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those guys that work there at the park. They'll just wear their shirts, and you're like, oh, cool, okay, you know.
Yeah, that's like I do. You know, I go to the park wearing my shirt.
Mm-hmm. I don't do it too much. I don't.
I mean, I'm going to tell you that honestly, we're at the point where we don't even need to wear the shirt, and people know who we are. You know, they see, like, I'll wear this, like the Mickey Mouse T-shirt that I have on now, and then people are like, oh, hey, Danny and Jess, 2 Real Geeks, how? Like, you'll hear it in one of our Fright Fest videos from last year.
How many YouTubers are they're YouTube vloggers at your park that you know? They're on YouTube.
As home park.
You're 6 Flags Over Georgia.
For our home park, I can tell you just 2, just me and one other person.
2. Me and Jiggity. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, we get a lot of people that come in from out of town.
Yeah. I don't count the other ones like Coaster Crushfield if he comes to our park or anyways.
Like, we get a lot of people here in Georgia, a lot. Like, Georgia's a big magnet for people to come to, like, at Six Flags. Like,
you're down the street from Atlanta, pretty much. You can see the skyline from there.
Yeah, so we get a lot of people coming in from out of town for YouTube and stuff.
Is this funny, me coming to the camera like this? I'm trying to read the comment.
You're good. We get a lot of YouTubers that come in for, like, Midway Mayhem.
You met him.
Huh?
And you met him.
I met him. That was interesting.
I could have met Taylor from Coaster Studios, but I was at Six Flags. I was at Six Flags St. Louis recording Fright Fest last year, the first day, I think.
Yeah.
It was 90 freaking degrees. It was freaking horrible. It burned me out that day. And the next day was going to be 90 degrees. So I said, F this. It's going to be 60-some degrees at where I live because we had a cold front. So I drove home. The time I got home, it was probably 3 or 4 o'clock. We were like, screw it, we got here early. Let's go to our park. Coaster Studios was there. I wasn't hunting him down, but he was there earlier in the day. You know, if I ran into him, I saw him. If I didn't see him, I wasn't like, you know. So.
Coaster Insights is saying, how do they do it? They just do it, honestly. It's hard to explain, man. Sometimes some of these people come in and they just force themselves into the way of doing these videos. And how do you get on a media list for Six Flags Over Georgia?
Email whoever's the public relations or something like that.
It's not even that either. It's you got to be dedicated to, like, I'm not gonna lie. When we first started, obviously, you know, Six Flags Over Georgia is my home park. Okay.
Yeah.
I was dedicated and I worked my butt off to get to that point where they knew who we were. You know, you can't go and put out videos that are going to be, you know, against them. Like, oh, look at how dirty the park is. You know, like we've all seen these videos. You know, like I'm not saying just for Georgia. I'm just saying you're laughing because you know you get them in your park too. You know, like, oh, look, what's with these horrible employees? Why is this? Why is that? When are you fixing this? Why are we getting this right? Yeah, like you can't
got caught with your cell phone on.
Right. Exactly. Like you got to play by their rules. It's their game. It's their game. So you need to have enough videos out for them too. That's a big thing too. Is they need to see that you're being an ambassador for that park, that they can come to you and say, "Hey, thank you. You know, we're trusting you with a media day to make us look good." You know.
If I was like a day at Six Flags or somewhere else, yeah, I'm not going to be there like being negative. It's going to be good, obviously. Exactly. But, so unless some enthusiast is acting like a jackbutt, which I've seen,
and that's the thing is there's too many theme park channels right now out there saying, I think we're getting this, or this should go here in this park, and you know.
Oh, let's not start on that 2021 prediction. Oh my God, that was you and me knew that was not going to happen.
And everybody in the theme park community sat there and analyzed that one video from Six Flags Over Georgia. Analyzed it to death.
Catch the waves or something like that. Oh my God!
But yet it was the week before the park was going to weekends only.
Mm-hmm.
And they knew this, so they're like, "Let's get people into the park." And this is when I saw it. That's what I thought. I'm not thinking like, "Oh, this is a teaser," because if it was a teaser, it would have been a lot longer. It would have been,
Go watch Cedar Point's Top Thrill Dragster. See how smooth and fun it's watch. If any POVs are like really smooth, it's because they got it on a GoPro and they hooked it up so tightly it won't move, no matter what the vibration is. But Top Thrill was always smooth. When I was on there, I don't remember any vibration. That ride, my adrenaline.
You know, with all these smartwatches now, right? The smartwatches have cameras in them, right? So I've seen so many people wearing like Apple Watches and stuff on rides, and nobody ever tells these guys to take off their Apple Watch.
I don't think you can take video on that, can you? You can't, no.
I'm sure there is a watch out there that can.
But like I told you on the last one of the feeds, it might have been a private one, that I went to Computer Place and they had freaking a camera on a pen.
Yeah.
They got gadgets out there. You just gotta look for it.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like you can get a watch. It's a watch. I mean, no, like people, if they're gonna take a phone out of my pocket, you should have to take a smartwatch off. That's my opinion, but just a thought.
Does your ride Rick and Cyclone make everybody put their hands up to like see their hands? Or God, there was a ride that made us do that.
No.
Mm-hmm. There was some, I don't know what park it was.
I mean, the ride operators, ride operators do it. Like, oh, everybody hands up, and they're like, okay, bye. You know, this, teasing the ride. You know, like we made you put your hands up. You know.
Yeah, I remember. No, it's coming back to me. I'm trying to think what park it was. They checked everything and they made us put our hands up. Mr. Freeze, Six Flags St. Louis did that.
Okay.
Yeah, they check everybody's hardest, and as soon as they get to the last row, then they had to tell everybody to put their hands up like this. So it's like, who are you gonna hit? The coaster is in the middle of nowhere, like right under Rippers. There's no queue line going by it, really.
Yeah.
Like, who are you gonna hit? The people in front of you, maybe in the back of the train. I don't know.
Yeah.
People.
Just Coaster Insights. Just because you go every week, do you put a video up about it every week? Because I'm looking right now that like you don't have like only I see one video from Six Flags Over Georgia there about Twisted Cyclone. 5 reasons why Twisted Cyclone is underrated, which it really is underrated, and I'm with you on that. But if you're there every week,
probably, but it's still a fun ride.
It is. But the thing is if you're there every week, you should, if you want to get onto the media, then film more, show positivity, get to know people through the park, get to know, like
they're have you on the list if you're a negative.
Right. Like you see us in the park, like stop me. I'm more than happy to say hi, things like that. Like I loved, like that's one thing is I love to meet the people that watch my stuff. I really do.
Never know when they will come up with a new ride, and if you want to get at the media day, which is usually the fun, it's really fun. It's a long day. I remember going to Goliath and being up next flight, being up at 3 o'clock in the morning, being there, having to wait for it to open at 5 in the morning. Yeah, that early in the morning. Jeez.
Well, I had a media day planned for this year. I told you about the media day, but unfortunately it got rained out, and I would have been there at 5 in the morning for that. The media event was going to go from 5 in the morning until about noon.
I think Goliath would show up at 4 in the morning. They let us do the gate at 5, front gate, and then we had to wait outside of the ride while Marcus LeShock was doing his piece. And then I think 5 minutes later, they allowed us in the queue lines, and they started letting the first train go. And I think the first train, it took them 15, 20 minutes before they dispatched it.
And this event, this one, it was like it would have been a really exclusive because there was only like 3 YouTubers invited to that, and that was it. And the rest was local news. Ace wasn't even invited.
Those are fun days. I just hook up my DVR. I'll record from 5 in the morning all the way to 10, and you can record like 4 shows at a time. I'll say channel 2, channel 3, channel 5, channel 9, channel 7.
Yep.
Because they'll do like more than one ride. They'll do like 3 different takes. So
it's always fun.
Yeah.
Like we covered Holiday in the Park for them last year, which was fun because they hooked us up with a lot of stuff for Holiday in the Park. I'll tell you that. They gave us a lot of B-roll footage, and they gave us food vouchers to try all the holiday foods that they were coming out with, things like that. So it was fun. We had a lot of fun with it.
I think the most unique media day I was at was Batman Backwards. Oh, you never rode that, did you? It was never at your park at the time.
Jersey had it. I did it at Jersey.
You did at Jersey.
Yeah.
What do you think of it? Could you ride that 5 times in a row?
I would.
I can. I would be nauseous.
But I'm a sucker for Batman though. Like that. Like we discussed this. I'm a sucker for that ride. And I'm just sad that I'm not going to be able to get on that ride as much as I really want to, because mentally right now, it messed me up.
I think a total like not even 100 people were at that event, because at the same time they were doing Batman Backwards Media Day, Gatekeeper was doing their Media Day. So a lot of real close hardcore enthusiasts were, forget that, I'm going to ride Gatekeeper. Yeah. So I was there with like people, if you were in TPR or I got chosen from TPR. I mean, I asked and they, I went there and people were riding it maybe 2 times and they said that's enough.
Yeah.
They were done. They were done.
Yeah.
I think he rode it like my son, he rode it twice or once and he's like, I'm done. Yeah.
Tony's like, yeah, he calls me from Cedar Point to tell me that he's about to get on Steel Vengeance or Top Thrill Dragster. I'm like, Tony, goodbye.
Right now?
No. And like whenever he's there and I'm like, I'm at work or something, and he'll be like, hey, guess what I'm about to do? I'm like, goodbye, Tony. Leave me alone. Go enjoy your ride.
Still a roller coaster ridden, unless it's Green Lantern. Or unless you are at a park like Laron, I guess. And they're getting that coaster. I never rode that. No way. That joke. I can't believe they had that ride. What was that? Green Lantern. That ride. Yeah. It looks rough.
Yeah, it was bad. Don't even. It was bad.
You rode?
At Great Adventure. Yeah.
No. The one at Magic Mountain.
Oh, it wasn't it basically the same thing? We
were supposed to get Green Lantern at a park. That was Chang from Kentucky Kingdom. and our park president had pitched to get that ride.
Yeah.
It was a stand-up coaster, and we already had a stand-up coaster. And they're going to put it where they put Riptide Bay and Hurricane Harbor, and then Jim Reed Anderson took over and said, nope, change of plans. So and they put Riptide Bay, and they gave it to Six Flags Great Adventure. I was like, I'll take it, but I didn't want it. You know,
it was bad. Good thing you didn't get it. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was really bad. They took it, and then they got rid of the Great American Screen Machine at Great Adventure, which was been there forever.
That was our shockwave. That was our shockwave. That's basically a mirror image. That was our shockwave that we had. So,
but the Screen Machine at Great Adventure, you would literally come off that thing with a headache. Like your neck was not the same all day, and you come off with a headache. Like it was bad.
Shockwave was where Superman was. It get a line at the beginning of the day. By 3 o'clock in the afternoon, there was no line. Nobody was there. 3 trains running. You just sit back over and over again. The problem is going through those first 3 or 4 loops.
It
pushes you down on your seat, on your head.
It was fun. It was a fun ride.
And then our Shockwave, which they fixed after the 4th loop, it really fast turn up to the brake run, and you literally black out almost every time. You would black out.
Not only did you have loops, you had corkscrews in it too.
Yep.
So it got you.
That ride almost scarred. That ride almost scarred me from wanting to ride it again because I got stuck on that brake run.
Mm-hmm.
And when they set us off again, when it started going on again, we went so slow through the bat wing that I was like, I almost thought we were gonna get it stuck upside down. I was like, this, I was like probably like 18 or 19. I was like, oh my god, forget this.
That's crazy.
So, getting stuck on rides are fun.
Oh, like I did?
Which one?
Blue Hawk.
Oh, yeah. POV'd it too. I never got lucky with that one. All the POVs, I never got stuck on it.
It's the first and only one that I so far.
Nope. Just was scared, right?
Oh, she was petrified.
Why? She thought I was gonna roll back.
Well, it was the clunk, and then a lot of it was also the sun was right in our eyes too.
Oh god.
And it wasn't the fact that we were stuck. She was more petrified that we had to walk down the lift hill. She was
you
like,
had to evac.
We
I can see that
happen. Yeah. So that's what she was worrying about, was walking down the lift.
Because if I had to walk down Raging Bull's lift hill from the very top down, I probably would. I'd be nervous.
So we were probably second car in. The first car didn't it was almost at the crest.
Yep, it slows down really slow. It's like click, 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 click.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But it didn't speed up. It slowed down even more, and all of a sudden we heard clunk.
What's he say? Steel Bench is a life changing. I hit it 3 times in one day. Yeah, I was unfortunate. I couldn't get my second ride in. That first POV I did was mostly my reaction, and the second one was going to be a POV. And I got back to the ride. It was broke down. So we had like 15 minutes left of the park. Do I wait for it for them to say, oh, no, I ran to Millennium Forest and got a bunch of bugs on my face. That was fun.
I'll tell you a story about a bug here in a second. Coaster Insights is saying Ninja is a bad ride. It is. Which
Ninja
is
where?
Here at Great over Georgia.
Blue Hawk.
Ninja Blue Hawk, yeah.
I rode it. I thought it was fun. I don't know. Rode on a good day. I don't know.
It reminds me of Screen Machine.
A little bit.
Yeah, a lot of it. It's the same cars. They put the same cars as the Screen Machine on there.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Because that's a Vekoma ride, right?
Yeah. They took
AKA Aero Coaster.
The Screen Machine cars from Jersey, and they brought them down to Georgia and put them on that ride.
Oh.
So, I mean, it was kind of cool to see, the connection between the two for me. But Yeah, no.
I think when I went, Blue Hawk was broken down every 5 seconds. They did 20 some test runs before I even got on it, before they opened it up. 20 test runs. I was getting aggravated. I was like watching it. Test. 3 times is enough, you think? No, test 20 times. God.
That ride, it's a complicated ride, apparently.
Apparently. And then we got on it. Not even 10 minutes later, it broke down.
That's just like the new, like for us, Pandemonium, like the disc ride.
Yeah.
People have a bad habit,
dude.
Yeah, but this is the people have a bad habit of doing this and pulling them down. And then they shut the whole ride down because they break the ride because they pull down the harness.
I forgot what that term's called. When the ride stops, you have to pull the harness up for the sensor, the system to say, okay, and it lights up.
You know what I'm talking like, yeah, but every time I'm at that park, I literally finally made it onto the ride, right? This year, I finally got onto it because every other time I try getting on there, it breaks down because somebody pulls it down. I sat down and somebody pulled the harness down. And I was like, geez, come on. Really? Really? You're really going to do this to me now?
Bunch of dumb butts, man. I'm telling you. They do the same thing. They do the same thing, Goliath. They tell you don't pull the harness down. They put your seatbelt on first. Yeah, people pull the super harness down, even though it won't lock at the time. But I'm like,
yeah.
They did. Do you feel weightlessness on Melee? No. Nope. I did not feel any weightlessness. I sat in the back row both times. No. Floater, I may be a floater, but I don't say weightlessness. There was none of their hills was on your seat, gut wrenching. But it was still fun though. It was fast. Do you think Expedition G-Force is better? I never rode Expedition G-Force. Gotta ask Coaster Studios or Coaster Kids that question. $80 for fast lane. Probably do the fast lane. Seems like the way to go, especially if you can't tell how busy that park's going to be when you go. I went, it wasn't busy at all. It was like the kids were in school, but there wasn't like a lot of people there. I was able to get on the rides. Except for Wicked Twister, because they didn't open that ride till like 11 or 12. And I started from the front. I made my way to the back, and I just stayed in the back until the end. I mean, I rode Valraven. That was my first dive coaster, and I didn't have high expectations. I was hoping it was going to blow me away, but it didn't. Had a good first drop. That was it.
Yeah.
That coasters just like to go up the element and just slowly just do the element. So you don't really.
Blue Hawk only running one train because that ride is so short, and the other one's probably broken. I don't know.
Why are they running one train on Blue Hawk?
Yeah, that's the one I got stuck on.
Do they have 2 trains or 1?
They have 2, but most of the time they only run 1. But you know what it is too is the line for that is never long. Like there's no need to run 2 trains on that ride. Is the line?
Women whip. I rode a ride just like that, Supergirl in St. Louis. It's fun.
Yeah, I like it.
The old Enterprise, don't get me wrong, they were making me nauseous. Don't know why it's the motion of that ride or what, but it was making me nauseous recently.
I like the motion that Catwoman gives you.
Mm-hmm.
You're turning in multiple directions, but not really.
It was just like those old Enterprise rides. It just doesn't give you, like, this will make you nauseous.
Right. So
I wouldn't mind our part getting it and calling Orbit again or something like that, but they'll probably call it Supergirl or Cyborg or something. That's what they use.
Right. I mean, I think that, they could have put more scenery around that for us, Coaster Insight. But
Six Flags don't pay for theming anymore. So.
Oh, well, I could tell you stories on a story on why there's no more superheroes in Six Flags Over Georgia. I'll tell you that later.
Is this a dad joke?
No, it's not a dad joke. It's not a dad joke.
Why are there no superheroes? Because they eat Cheerios. No, I don't know.
No, there's a legit reason why. So, not string friendly. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, I'll say this, but I'm not gonna say who. But has anybody been hearing news about any certain YouTuber that's got himself in some trouble lately? I'm not gonna say the name.
Yeah, I know where you're going. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's as far as I'm gonna go.
Just be careful out there, guys, on YouTube. That's what we're saying.
Look, you guys want to be a YouTuber and learn the rules. If somebody texts you at Facebook, you don't know who they are, and you accept their face request, the minute they start saying, "Hi, how are you? Hey, what's your favorite?" Delete them, block them right away.
Does Mindbender need a soundtrack? No, honestly, I personally don't think any ride needs a soundtrack.
Besides Batman.
What I mean, that Batman, Superman, like that's all theming right there, you know.
Or audio on the coaster train.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what he's referring to, but like I know some stations have like a certain theme playing for the coaster and stuff. And
does Mindbender need a soundtrack? No. What soundtrack does the Riddler have? No, I don't think there's anything like that. I mean, unless Riddler has his own movie, which I don't think he does.
No.
I would say the most themed ride probably is Batman.
So Coaster Insight knows what you're talking about.
All these people are from the Georgia part, I guess, right? Georgia.
Yeah. Well, Coaster Insight is. I'm not sure. Like Tony Cedar Point, he's up in Ohio. So.
Tony's in Ohio.
Yep.
No.
Phantasmic Chronicle, yeah.
At least he's got Kings Island and Cedar Point to go to. Lucky. To me, going to Cedar Point and going to Kings Island is equally takes that much time to go there. It's like 5 hours.
Yeah.
But I like both parks. Kings Island's got a great front entrance with that Kings Island sign, the Eiffel Tower, and all those waters. You're literally going to have to fight your way to get a selfie there because if you do not, everybody's crowding around there to get a selfie and pictures and all that stuff.
That's crazy.
And they got Orion, which I almost went there this summer, but they had a sale for tickets for $35, and I missed the sale.
Mm.
It was $35 or $29 or something like that.
It was something really cheap.
Yeah, it was a Facebook found.
Yeah.
But it was that day, and I was at Indiana Beach, so I was like, forget it. Forgot it was too late for me.
The family would have killed you.
Shoot. I would have been there just to try to get the POV Orion and get the hell out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot.
For that price, yeah.
Because that'll be like my second gig I ever rode, which you don't. It's just a longer drop. It's not like.
Yeah, Tony said he's not getting to Kings Island this year. He'll get Orion and Banshee next year when he upgrades the pass. I heard
Banshee's running rough. I don't know what it is, but they say it's rough.
I love that entrance to Banshee. I've never been there, but I've seen pictures of it. That entrance to Banshee is amazing.
Lights up at night too, and smokes.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yep,
absolutely amazing.
For a ride I went to, got Kings Island, went right to Banshee right away.
Yeah,
right away, and it was not even a big line. It was probably 15-minute wait. So
that's great.
I thought it was. I thought it was gonna be forceful like Batman, but it really wasn't. Because the versions are all drawn out instead of being a compact coaster. It's all drawn out. So it was still a fun ride though, because they got the new B&M trains that are like got the X-Lite sort of vest harnesses that they're all getting, which It's got a lot of inversions. We got like 7 or 8 of them, one
That's
after
fun.
another.
That is fun. What else?
I know. What's it called? Mystic Timbers. That was fun. Diamondback was fun. What else? Racer kind of rickety. It's okay.
Yeah.
I did not ride. I rode Thunder. Was a Firehawk. There's lay down Flying Dutchman before they shut it down that year. I rode that. Waited almost an hour and a half for one train out. Sucked. But it was a unique ride. I still prefer the B&Ms over them. So what else I rode? Flight of Fear. I did not ride that. I did not know. I did not know that ride was kind of like Joker's Jinx or Poltergeist.
Okay.
It was that ride from premiere launch.
Yeah.
I would have, but the line was long. I saw it. I was like, no, I'm not waiting, dude. We were only there for one day and going home. That was it. And then we went there a week later. Did it again because Cedar Point and Kings Island, if you buy their tickets at full price online, whatever the special is they got, they'll send you an email like 7 days later or 3 days later and say, hey, come back again for $15. You can come back again, or $20, and you can come back again. So I was like, yeah, I'll go back again.
Yeah, why not?
$20, that kind of park, yeah, I would. But both days, I think the second time we went, they had the special during Labor Day weekend. They had like $1 hot dogs, $1 scoop of ice cream. Oh my goodness. They had a line for the ice cream stand for like the whole day. I passed by. It was by Banshee, and it was like long.
I can imagine.
Yep. But getting a hot dog for $1, that was fun. Shoot.
Oh, and a theme park? That's amazing. That's a steal.
Yep. It was. What else? What other coasters they had? Oh, the Beast was good. That was a long, good ride.
Oh yeah.
It's a little rickety on the that part when you go in the tunnel where you're just going around and doing helixes, but
Yeah.
It's not. The Bad I rode, that was funner. I like that. That was okay. That wasn't the part that was tucked in. Vertigo was like, I don't know. It was okay. When you got the pads like right here, you're gonna bang your head back and forth, but it's not that bad. The Diamondback on my list also. It's a longer drive to Kings Island than Cedar Point. Yeah, Six Worlds Adventure. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When Six Flags had like 30 parks, and then decided, oh, we bought too many parks. We need to downsize. So there goes that. There goes Ethos Garden. There goes, or how do you spell it? Electric Garden, World's Adventure, Astro World. So, and then what they do with all those rides? Send it to another park. Here's your new ride. So
Yeah. Let's rotate them.
Six Flags over Fiesta Texas got Batman the ride, and they call it Goliath. What? Could call it Batman because I think they had a Batman stand-up coaster or sit-down. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody here ever been to Dollywood or Silver City?
Not yet. I was gonna go this year. I was planning on both of those, but everything happened like this craziness. So
yeah, it's not even worth it. Where you live, it's not even worth it because you don't know how long it's going to take to get on the rides when you get there,
Exactly.
I was at Bay Beach, and for me to get on the rides I got on took 6 hours. So, did you do the Beast at night? Nope, because the park closed when it was just getting dark at 8 o'clock or 8:30 or 9.
Don't you hate that?
I have a 5-hour drive to get home, so I want to get home before the sun comes up. Shoot. You ever rode Son of Beast? No. Son of Beast, I heard it was pretty bad. RMC. I wouldn't be surprised if RMC was around at the time. They could done something, but I don't know. Maybe they could have. They did demolish that in 2003 or 4? 2013 or 14 or something like that. No.
Yeah, something like that.
That people got injured or something like that. That'll just knock the ride out. I'll tell you that. They spent all that money on that ride, and I don't know if the designer designed it wrong or what happened, but it was just not good. Not good. I remember when everybody keeps thinking they're going to make another coaster and call it Son of Beast again. I'm like, no, they're not. The coaster kid's dad said the best. He was like, why would they name a ride that was disastrous for them in the first place? I'm like, they wouldn't do that. I'm like, no. That's why they put that little plaque on Banshee, a little stone thing that says Son of Beast, RIP, or something like that. You get floater on Goliath? Yeah, you do. Many times.
Yeah, our Goliath also, you can get a photo on that too.
I say his Goliath has some floater and ejector air.
Oh, here in Georgia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes some of those hyper coasters, they have a good drop, and then you start getting little drops and a little bit lower.
You know what? I'm not going to lie.
Drops and then big ones and small ones and big ones.
There's points in Goliath in the Helix where I'll start getting fuzzy.
Yep.
And that right there is that's a good ride.
Everybody that before I went there, all the enthusiasts were like calling that one of the top hypers out there. I'm like, let me check it out.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's one of the top. I mean, I still would put Nitro at Six Flags Great Adventure over that one.
Yeah, until I rode that, I think the hypers I've ridden, probably that's top 3.
I mean, it's up there, but Six Flags Great Adventure's Nitro is definitely better than Goliath.
Diamondback kind of disappointed me because I thought there was going to have some ejector air. It has a lot of floater air. Like it goes so fast until it hits the very top of the hill, and then to where it points to slow and then goes down. And yeah, they just like all the hypers, they have a trim on that ride too. So at one point, there's a trim. I'm like, they all have trims. I hate it. I don't understand it, but they do.
It's like Goliath's trim. Like you clear, like if you're walking towards the park,
your trim's at the bottom of the Helix.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what I was gonna say. It's right at the bottom of the hill before you're coming up a hill. Like you be in the parking lot, and all of a sudden you hear go 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 go.
I just hear, you know, like, oh, that's a trim at the bottom of the hill. I'm like, unless they think you're going too fast. Imagine Son of Beast 2.0 and it was super rougher. Oh, God. We can make it rough on Planet Coaster for you if you want us to. Danny can do that for you. We can go on.
You don't want Danny to design a roller coaster. You do not want me to design a roller coaster.
Ejector is better than floater. That's why everybody likes RMC rides, because they yank you out of the seat.
Look, I just ride the rides because I want to ride it. I'm not going to tell you what this and what's that. It's not me.
How many screams you give Goliath? Oh, God. That crossed my mind one time about doing reigns, and I was like, nope, because they're all doing it. It would be stupid. But my rating system would be different. Instead of saying, oh, how many out of 5 you'll get it, I'm like, I was going to do like people are doing now, like, oh, the intensity, and this is what it is for fun factor and all that stuff. And I would have done one for G-forces, how intense the G's are. But
yeah,
I'm like, nah.
See, that's like, I keep trying to tell people, like, everybody's like, oh, go to Disney and this and that. I go, look, I like Disney, but Disney doesn't have those rides for me right now. You know?
They have, I don't know how to say it. They got rides that are like fit for that attraction.
Right.
They know how they want their attraction to look like, so they design the ride for that attraction. So
right, but I'm not gonna lie. That Tron coaster, like I was against it for the longest time.
Is it a bike coaster, like a motorcycle bike coaster?
Yeah,
I heard
it lights up and everything, and I'm about that right now. I saw videos on it. Like it looks amazing.
On these rides. I'm not about on intensity on these rides on every one of them. I don't.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. Like just themed well and just the layout of it, you know.
Everybody was talking about that when I was getting built, and now nobody's talking about it. They were talking about the Hagrid ride.
See, I don't know how I really feel about that because I'd never been on a roller coaster that actually told me a story at the same time.
Yeah, Hagrid.
Yeah, like it stopped at the scenes and stuff, and I'm like, all right, I'm like,
launches on the ride. So.
Yeah, yeah, and then you got the reverse also.
Mm-hmm.
Boomerang on that. I mean, I'm like, all right, I'm like, but I don't know how I feel about the whole story line of a roller coaster. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's cool.
The Georgia where the trims were off and they flew over the hill. It barely trims you. It barely trims you. It don't trim you hard.
I'm just telling you, man. Stand outside in front of Six Flags Over Georgia by the fountain where the tram is. Stand by that fountain there and just listen to it. It is hilarious. No, it's louder now. Like you hear it. Like
really? Damn.
You hear go 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 go. Yeah.
Damn. That's not good. Do you use the little house where the is on glass? What is that? Who knows? It's probably their storage area for something.
Wait, what? Do you see the little house where the trim is on glass? What is that? I think it's a watershed. I know what he's talking about. It's down. Mm-hmm. It's down that way, but I think it's a watershed too because the fountain's over there and stuff. I think it's to control the fountain and the spigots. Probably. And stuff like that or an electrical house. That or else you're talking about the little house down there that's the dog kennel.
Mm-hmm. What else? Is that where they turn on the road now trim? No. I don't think so. You think the trim is controlled on the panel inside the station, you think?
No. There's no way it has to be computerized. It has to. The sensors on that ride are going to pick up how fast that car is going because the cars are going to pick like it. You know the trims are going to hit different each time. Oh.
Our Raging Bull at my park. You go down that first drop. You go to that through the tunnel and up that turn, and you go up the hill at a great speed. And there's a freaking trim right there, and it slows you almost completely down. It ruins the ride. But it's still fun, though, you know.
I mean, they're there purposely. I mean, they know what they're doing.
People will understand when that ride came out how popular that ride was. That ride had a 2-hour wait. Yeah, that ride was awesome back in the day.
I mean, with Goliath over here at Georgia, I understand why the trim's there because realistically, you just picked up all that momentum in the helix, and you're coming down that hill, and it's at the bottom of that hill before you come back up the hill. But when you come back up the hill, you're turning to the right.
Yeah, you're going up and then turn.
Yeah, so realistically, you kind of needed to slow that train down, or I can see trains just flying off.
I mean, all the hypers have them. Even the new Candymonium has a trim.
Yeah.
So yeah, they all have trims.
But that they didn't design that for thrills. They designed that for family.
I remember when they got it, I was like, oh, they're getting hyper. Okay.
Yeah, but
then it was like, oh, it's everybody's favorite #1, almost pretty much. And I was like, really? Wow. And I'm like, the drop is not even 200 feet. You're 200 feet in the air, but the drop's like 160. I'm like, how is that better than Raging Bull? Well, you got to ride it.
Hershey Park doesn't really design their rides for thrills. They design it for family. A lot. Which is fine. Their park is so much fun, though. So much fun. I love Hershey Park.
Hershey Park and Kennywood.
Hershey Park is an amazing park.
And they did, yeah.
Like, literally, I'm going to tell you right now, when you go to Hershey Park, everything smells like chocolate.
Chocolate.
Everything smells like it.
Pleasure, dude. Seriously.
Like, you could pick up like a Frisbee, and it will smell like chocolate.
Ooh, you sound like Willy Wonka. This is chocolate factory.
Yeah, like the T-shirts smell like chocolate. Like, yeah.
The snowberries taste like snowberries. No.
Exactly. Like, it's just an amazing park. It's themed well. It's relaxing. The only thing I don't like is there's so many hills there. And they got a zoo attached to them.
Your park's got some hills too. Except if you go down to Gotham City area, oh my god.
That's the only real hill, really. I mean, everything else is all right.
Yeah.
There's ways around the hills, though. That's the thing. Other than Gotham City, there's ways around it. Like, you can go down the hill, going down towards the Lickskillet area.
We're about to leave the first or second day, and I never got shots where Pandemonium was getting constructed, and I had to figure my way to get down there. I'm down Gotham's, I'm making this, and I'm looking at the map, and I'm like, where is it? I'm like, way at the back. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, you got to go to Monster Mansion, then go down the hill by Monster Mansion, and then go that way.
I did not ride. I forgot to should have ride that ride. I don't know why I didn't.
Monster Mansion?
Yeah.
So, did you see the POV that I put up from it?
Mm-hmm. I see quite a few POVs of that ride.
But I got the POV of the pre-light package to the new light package. Like, they switched the ride to LEDs this year.
That's cool because they makes it brighter and.
Yep. Yeah. They gave it a fresh paint coat and everything. It looks great.
They had a dark ride called Boo Blasters at Kane's Island. Yeah. I don't know, when I was there, the guns weren't working right. Shoot it and it wouldn't shoot.
That's a Cedar Fair ride, though, isn't it? Yeah. I think they all have it.
Yeah, they all have Boo Blasters. Yeah.
That's like, hey, you know what?
Holiday World has something like that, but it's a turkey Thanksgiving thing.
Oh, yeah. I seen that one. So
I didn't ride that. I didn't go there. I was going to, but I didn't. So
I'm going to throw this back to you. I'm going to bring this back, okay? I'm going to see if you remember. What is one character from the Six Flags franchise that we're missing?
You mean like Looney Tunes?
Kind of. It was part of Six Flags chain, and he used to be in Six Flags Parks. I'll give you a hint, but now he's in Universal.
Like a Looney Tune character?
Not Looney Tune. Not Looney Tune.
It's a mascot. Is that what it is?
Kind of. He is a cartoon character. I'll give you. He was a dog.
Wait, the dog?
Yeah, it was a dog.
The Jetsons dog? No.
Close.
Because I remember they had the Jetsons dog with the two, but Scooby-Doo.
Yep.
Remember
how we used to have Scooby-Doo in the parks?
Go look at a Fright Fest video back in 2004 or 2005.
Mm-hmm.
They had used a Scooby-Doo show. They had the train running on Fright Fest, which rarely does happen. Yep. They had a show going on there.
Yep.
And I was able to find that video and put it on there.
But it's like 1 year, he just disappeared. No notice, no nothing. Just
we had a kids Cartoon Network area, and they had a Flintstones, Jetsons theme, a Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine, and then since 3 years ago, they got rid of the licensing for that, and then it's gone. It's just called Camp Cartoon. Not Cartoon Network, Cartoon. And all the rides were renamed. So instead of Sparsely Sprocket, it's just called Sparsleys.
Yeah, and now all those characters went to Universal.
Stupid. It's like Six Flags used to have the Wiggles, and they got rid of that. I know they were trying to save money, but that was dumb.
I mean, I think each park actually had something different from that. Because I know here in Georgia, they had this was before my time here, the Thomas the Tank. Thomas the Train, yeah. Yeah, they had that here. Yep. Or the Wiggles were up in Great Adventures also. Yep. Every park had Wiggles were, I think, at one point. When Shapiro was trying to make all these family-friendly attractions. So they knocked down our big giant boomerang roller coaster and they put in a stupid Buccaneer Battle boat ride.
nobody goes to. It's been non-existent lines for years, and they will not get rid of it. Because they look like they probably spent a lot of money with the theme and everything. And I'm like, dude, that was stupid.
Yeah. But
like everybody's still upset over that move. They couldn't believe it.
So, Georgia Scorcher Smooth. You know what? I hate that ride. I really hate the Scorcher.
Because you're too tall, probably? It's probably uncomfortable or no?
No, it's not even that. You know why I hate it? Is because it's too short.
It looks short, yeah. But then it's like our stand-up coaster that was from the first one from B&M was short. Sort of. Yeah.
Like, honestly, like they had all that room over the road out to the highway here in Georgia to play with.
I was bummed when they repainted that ride. I was like, because I was gonna go, and then OVC went down there, and they're like, "Oh, they're repainting the ride. It's closed down." I'm like, because I want to get my son on a stand-up coaster. He never rode it. It was too scared to get on Iron Wolf, and they took it away by the time he wanted to ride it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, now you won't know. And then it's like now they're all going away, but
got one here. See, nope. There's another reason to come on down.
Oh yeah. Plus, I don't have a POV at that ride. Shoot.
I do.
Yeah, I know.
From many different angles.
Just creeps that meow wiggles.
Buford the Buzzard. Wow, that is an old school Six Flags right there from Georgia.
Buford the oh god.
That went back to like original Six Flags over Georgia. Kurt, what was the kid's name? There was the Buford the Buzzard. And what was the kid's name? The kid had a name too. I forget what the kid's name was.
Hey, your park, I would not know.
Yeah.
CoasterNick says, I don't understand how the first drop on Glide is shorter than the first hill. How does it make it? I think they made it so you don't have to, the ride wouldn't go on the midway, probably. That's why they made it only that short.
I'm trying to think. When you're going up, you go up, you're coming down, and you come down basically over the log ride. And yeah, I think it's just the terrain that it falls into.
Yeah, I hate the Georgia Scorch. It kills you, man. Your man. But yeah, that's why when you pull your harness down, pull it down slightly enough so you can crouch, and then when it locks up, then let go. Otherwise, if you pull it too far up and you're standing straight up, you lift your legs up, you're gonna hurt your nuts. So all their B&M stand-ups are like that.
Yep. Hey, Kurt, are you coming out to Powell Fest this year, buddy? I would love to see you out there. Let me know if you are, man. That'll be awesome.
What's the best way of riding a stand-up coaster? And Fantastic Chronicles like, don't ride, not riding it.
Yeah. Seriously.
I don't like the harnesses on those new ones. When you look at Iron Wolf, when they first opened up, they had these purplish maroon colored harnesses, and it didn't have harnesses up here. It was like in your shoulder and the front. And then somewhere in 2001, 2002, they got the fat yellow ones that are like here, so you bang your ears. Oh my god, hated them.
Yep. Especially when you got your ears pierced, it hurts.
Yep. I hurt my ears one time. It was like 60 degrees on opening day one year, and I banged my ears and it hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hurt. There was one point I was like, I'm done with this ride. I'm done riding it. Got tired of being beat up. But then it's like you go there by the end of the day, there's no line, and you're like, I want to ride it.
Acrophobia. You go on acrophobia for us. Those seats are the worst on that ride. They are the worst.
I'll never ride it. I don't like drop towers.
Oh my god!
I not know when you're gonna drop.
I took Jets on that ride once. It was like we had a walk on, right?
Wait, you got on acrophobia?
Yeah, I did. Wait.
Wait. When she won't get on Sky Screamer.
Exactly.
I don't get it.
But she didn't realize what it did.
Forward a little bit. Oh,
yeah. So we got up, we were going up. She didn't realize how high it really was, because it's kind of deceiving. And and here we are, we're passing we're passing Twisted Cyclone and everything. And she's like, when is this thing gonna stop? I'm like, oh, we're about to way up.
We had a giant drop ride, not just like that, but a second generation, whatever, third generation drop tower. Like
it wasn't turning. It wasn't turning at the time for us. It was stationary, but we got up to the top, and all of a sudden, it leaned forward, and she's like, "I'm going to kill you."
I got on Ray giant drop, and it didn't look that tall when I looked up, and I got on the ride. I'm like, I'm going above American Eagle. I'm like, what the freak?
Mm-hmm.
And I about passed out. I was like, F this. Yeah, I got through the ride. I was like, it took me a while to get back on the ride. So
I'm not a fan of drop towers because there's just, and then they keep you hanging there. I don't mind the double shots when they shoot you.
I don't know. I just hold on tight. I tighten my stomach up so the drop is not as intense. And once it drops, you're kind of like F it, it's over. Yeah. But there was one time I marathoned the crap out of that. I think 98, the second year it was open. I think I rode it like 15 times. Me and my friend were like just trying to ride as much as we can. So, so if you ride it so many times and you jump back on it, the drop doesn't phase you anymore because your body's used to it.
Right.
So
you're desensitized to it.
We're at the top and we're just put our arms up in the air and drop and Mantis is the first stand-up coaster. I rode it when it was a sit-down or floorless, and it reminded me of Iron Wolf, the freaking ride layout. And that another ride disappointed me. That drop sucked. No drop, no feeling, no tense, nothing. It was just a.
You said it's a heavy machine too, though.
It wasn't like a drop like this. It was like an angle drop, like I was like, oh god. I still banged my head on the harnesses. Is a weightlessness machine. Yeah. I remember Buford Buzzard Ride.
The things that you were able to say back then, man. You know why those birds fly upside down in Alabama? That is funny. That is funny.
Mantis was. I remember a Facebook or some friend from Facebook back in the day. He started the term Goliath mother when you got on the top of the lift. So he did that. He took his camera and did that. He kept saying Goliath mother effort on his trip going up there, and then when they got on the top lift, they're like Goliath mother effort. So I was like, if you wrote it, you were supposed to say that.
Yeah, Kurt, you're right. Georgia Scorcher was not built for someone 6'2". Not at all.
It wasn't built for what?
Somebody 6'2".
No. Those harnesses can only go up so much. So.
Oh, I know.
And you're 6'5"?
Yeah.
Oh God, that had been murder. I don't know. Did you have to bend down to lock that in or something?
I had to.
That's uncomfortable.
I had to squat that whole ride.
That's not gonna feel fun. That's not gonna feel good when you're 40 years old. I had to squat now.
I had to squat.
By that time, the ride would be gone. Trust me. Well, no. I don't know. You think they're gonna get rid of that ride one day?
Scorcher, yeah.
Scorcher.
I think so.
They could take it and give it to Six Flags America. Well, no, they got our Iron Wolf right
there. Six Flags America, where all rides go to die.
Yeah, they got our Raging Cajun and our Iron Wolf, which they made a floorless, which didn't make it better.
Raging Cajun from New Orleans when that flooded.
Trust me, if that park was still around, I'd be there. I would have been there.
Oh,
after your park, I would have went to Six Flags New Orleans. Trust me, my wife wants to go to New Orleans. So
does Jess too. So,
but there you go. Damn flooded, and now I want to get. Shoot, maybe you could talk to them. Shoot, maybe you can get You can talk for me and say, hey, I'm Coaster Nick. Like, hey, can I get a drone footage of of the park, I'll be down there in 3 days. I'm like, yeah, I'm going.
They don't own it. They do not
No,
own it. They do not own it.
owns it, right?
New Orleans owns it.
You have to go through them.
Yep. Good luck.
Yeah. Like I say, if I can fly my drone in, if I don't want to go to jail down there, I am not going. No.
I think you can fly the drone over there. I'm not sure, but not physically enter.
That's fine, because the drone can do so much.
Yep.
I can go up the left hill with the thing pointed.
Yep.
You know, you can do all kinds of stuff with it.
Yep.
That's okay. Aaron Wu got there. So.
Oh yeah, honestly that was a really good video.
Mm-hmm. There's another video out there that some kids like basically camped out at nighttime and jumped in there and
they were dodging the police on that and everything. Yeah,
if they were, I don't know.
I watch a lot of those abandoned videos.
It's probably where Left 4 Dead got the Dark Carnival stage from. I'm guaranteed, because the whole ride they're on the way to New Orleans.
Yeah, because it looks just like it.
Think about it, the bumper cars. That's in New Orleans. Bumper cars. The decked out in Mardi Gras is like what's it called? Bourbon Street. Yeah.
Yep.
They may say, oh, that wasn't based off Six Flags New Orleans. Bull crap. It was. They got the Ferris wheel there. They got a wooden coaster. It could be the Zephyr or whatever that is. And then, yeah. Dude, you're not fooling nobody, dude. Bumper cars looks exactly like.
Know what? Honestly, that was some prime land too for them. Like that park, but it did well.
Now I don't know why nobody has bought it and even attempted to redo the park. I don't know.
I heard that they wanted to put like strip malls there or something, but that would have made a great amusement because it would have been open year round. Great weather for year round.
That's not a park I want to hit. Kentucky Kingdom. That's another park. Because I'm pretty sure that Storm Chaser is really intense. Small coaster, but intense.
Yeah.
Which if you catch it on a good time, if you go up the lift hill, an airplane will fly over you. So they have an airport right by it. So I can't read acrophobia. I'm severely what? Who's Kirk? What's up, Kirk?
Kurt, if they actually come down, let me know. Tell them to keep an eye out.
Is that the one from Ohio? Is Kirk the one?
He's here from Georgia.
Okay.
Phantasmic Chronicles is from Ohio. Cheap entry to Kentucky Kingdom also. That doesn't surprise me.
Which was owned by Six Flags at one point, and then Ed Hart took over it. Turn that place around. But that park is a Coaster Kid, like Coaster Studio. Just
that's their home park or something.
Well, they played the Coaster Studios documentary of that park in the theater. They sell Coaster Kids shirts there. So and they actually had Logan's picture cardboarded and
Are you serious?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they just had an event like 2 or 3 weeks ago for the enthusiasts. So
whatever.
Unfortunately, one of those is in deep water.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Don't feel sorry for them at all. Sorry.
They're going to stay in deep water too. I guarantee it.
Oh, they're done. They're done. It's over. It's over. Once you cross that line, there's no going back.
No.
Your best bet is to just get out of the industry and just don't show your face. So.
Exactly.
The sad thing is that he's not the only one. There's tons of them out there that are like that. It's sickening, but
oh yeah,
it is what it is. That's why I don't join these coaster enthusiasts clubs really. I don't join their little get-togethers because there may be some good ones out there, but there's a lot of creepy little
people. You know what? That's like, I'll do my own little get-togethers. If you came down, I'll meet up with you, and whatever.
Being with my wife and kids at a park that we never been to, than just being with a bunch of guys that.
Exactly.
If they just open up a new coaster today, they'll quit their jobs or get fired just to go to that place and ride that coaster.
Just to have a midlife crisis.
They're willing to do my job just so I can ride this ride because it's brand new and they wouldn't let me get off early, or who knows. So
exactly. I have a life.
Yeah, I don't know how many people you encounter, but shoot. Did you notice anybody being stupid at the media event for like Pandemonium?
I wasn't at Pandemonium. Oh, I did.
Oh, that was membership day, right?
That was membership day, yeah, not media. But media was there, and yeah, there was puffed out chests and stuff, and their name everywhere.
I just love it when there's a new ride. I don't care if it's 20 feet tall, 10 feet tall, and somebody rides in and like, this is the best ride I ever rode. Are you kidding me? It's like every ride you ride that's brand new is the best ride. I'm like, dude, seriously? I hate that. It's almost like riding, coaster enthusiasts are not allowed to say anything bad about the park or any of the rides. They're going to say it's the greatest thing ever. So, I mean, if they say anything bad, they'll be kicked off, probably off the freaking club.
Well, you know what? Guess what? I said, you seen my video I put out. I put a bad video out about Six Flags.
No, that was a concerning video for you, for the park to check out. Trust me, I don't think they're going to be mad at you for that one.
They're not.
Someone's behind the scenes watching their team members.
As I said in my last video just now for preview for HoloFest, is I wanted to clear the water real quick, was they did reach out to me and addressed the issues that we were pointing out. They actually thanked us for making that video.
Trust me, yeah.
We appreciate you bringing this to our attention and doing it in a tasteful way.
Yeah, not in a too negative way. It was concerning way. That's the only thing I can say. It was concerning.
Right. It was. But at the same time, we were still trying to find aspects of fun in the park that day.
When are they going to do?
There's still issues and stuff in there, but you know what? Like I said, I'm comfortable now knowing that they're fixing issues.
Mm-hmm. They're always going to have issues with team members. They're a bunch of teenagers, so
it wasn't even just team members. It's just in general. Like it
would be so good if they had a rule that if you can't dispatch a ride properly, you're not moving, they should fire you on the spot.
Right. But let me tell you, it's amazing when you make a video like that, right? And you come back to the park and you feel a different atmosphere. Like, and then you see things have changed too. Like there's new signs up and things like that. And it's just an amazing feeling to say, hey, I was part of this. I brought this to their attention. And they, granted, it probably wasn't all me that did it, but it's awesome. It's awesome to be part of that change, especially in something that big, theme park,
Mm-hmm. So, that's a warning there about the Ed Boudin sausage. Red Boudin.
Oh. I have no idea what that is.
You know what he's talking about? Go to the New Orleans and get you some Boudin. Oh, in New Orleans?
Okay.
You'll never catch me. I'll never be there at Mardi Gras. There's no way. Watch too many cops videos. No thanks. I don't want to fight somebody just because they're drunk and stupid.
Yeah. Damn, we just hit 2 hours.
That was quick.
I know.
We always hitting 2 hours or more.
I know. That's fine though. But I think I'm good because I got to start getting to bed here. It's almost midnight.
I've been up since 7 in the morning, 6 in the morning.
I'm with you here, buddy. I understand. So I think we can cut it here.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for being here tonight. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
if you haven't subscribed to Nick, get onto his channel. This is Nick here, guys. He's in the chats on midnight usually with us. And now you guys know who he is. No excuse. So
yeah, I usually wouldn't show my face, but I don't care anymore. So
exactly, man. I told you that. I go get out there. Screw them. But
I want to be undercover, you know, like, you know, who I am. And I was like, yeah, I like doing that because if, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't care anymore. Now it's time to get exposed and like whatever. All right. You guys have a good night.
Have a good night, guys. We are out of here.